Hello, my name is Brian Sprinkles. I am the VP of Sales and Development for John Thomas Furniture. Today we're going to be talking about our Custom Select program. Before we get into that, I wanted to touch briefly a little bit on the company's history and where we came from, our roots and our beginnings. The parent company to John Thomas Furniture is Whitewood Industries. Whitewood Industries has been in business since 1982. And the specialty and the roots, and again, the foundation of the company has always been unfinished furniture. And kind of sounds a little bit unique to some people, but even today, we are still the largest supplier of strictly unfinished solid wood furniture in the country. It's what we've done all our lives. So as time progressed, we eventually moved into the custom finishing arena, but again, it all starts with the unfinished product. Organizationally speaking, we are based in North Carolina, Thomasville, North Carolina to be specific. We have approximately 300 plus employees. We operate in approximately 650,000 square feet of warehouse and operational. We have showrooms here in High Point. We are a 100% employee-owned company, which is a pretty cool feature. That's something that we've seen a lot in the furniture industry of late, and it's a very positive outlook. Everybody, all those 300 employees, have a real vested interest in what they do for us every day. So specific to the John Thomas Furniture brand, we started that brand in the year 2000, specifying on custom finish and case goods. Again, everything we do in any product, in any collection is all solids. We do not have any veneers, particle boards. Everything is solid wood product. Our specialty and what we kind of focus on is dining. That is the main thrust of our business. We also have products in almost every category: bedroom, occasional, home office, juvenile. If there's a solid wood piece that can go in the home, we make a version of it. We have over 800 SKUs in our warehouse at all times that can be pulled and finished in any combination that you choose. In regards to how we're structured, all of our components are actually milled in Vietnam. We have offices and staff in Vietnam that create all the products from the engineering standpoint, send them here to North Carolina, and then they're built and finished per the customer specs. The wood that we use is called rubber wood. That's sort of the industry term. The technical term is para wood, P-A-R-A. You can look it up. Google has lots of information on it. It's a hardwood that's grown in Southeast Asia, very plentiful. It's plantation grown. There's an interesting story behind it I want to share real quickly, is why did it get the name rubber wood? Why does it have that notation to it? These trees extract latex, much like our maple trees extract maple syrup. Only after they extract latex are they harvested for furniture. So it has sort of a friendly story to it, but that's where the nickname came from. There's nothing really negative about it. It's a good dense wood. It's probably comparable to a maple here in the US, or in North America rather. But again, a good stable hardwood, as long as you know how to use it. And we've been importing for many, many years, so we have pretty much perfected that. So the quality is something that we kind of hang our hats on. So it's an imported wood species, but it's an American finished and finalized product. So we do small things that we think separate us from some of the competition. In regard to that would be, as an example, our table glides. All of our tables open and close with the self-storing leaf. It's either a butterfly or it self-stores. Another thing that we do, and of course the table glides are all metal ball bearing glides. Another thing we do on our chairs, 90% of our chairs have what we call an H stretcher system. There's two horizontals, one vertical. What that does is we have tested these chairs and they have to go under a stress test. And by having this stretcher system and it passes the stress test, now we can sell these chairs in commercial applications. So if you have projects it could be university or retirement or country club, restaurants, hospitality, all these places you can sell our products in those settings too, perfectly safe and certified. Some of the other things with, I spoke of bedroom earlier. The drawers all are dovetail construction. They all have side glides. And to that point, real quickly on bedroom, of course, everyone is aware of the new anti-tipping standards. Lots of manufacturers have addressed that separately. What we did on our products is we put in an interlocking glide system that runs on the inside of the case pieces. What that means is you can only open one drawer at a time. The reason we did that, for one, we didn't want to add any weight to the pieces to keep them from tipping. We didn't want to add any cost, which this did not. And also through the testing process, you only have to obviously open one drawer, apply the weight to it. If it doesn't tip, it's safe. And it doesn't allow all the drawers would be open and creating that stair step which children climb on. So we felt like it was a good solution. All of our inventory has been transitioned over, so it's all compliant. So now that we have sort of a brief understanding of where Whitewood came from, where we started, and how John Thomas Furniture came to be with you today, I wanted to get into the nuts and the bolts of the program, how it works, the tools you have available to you to help get this sold at retail. The first thing is going to be the retail displays we make available. So right behind me, we have our kiosk that is available with all our finish options. Of course, our website. This is the public website, by the way, which you could pull up on any laptop, tablet, computer you have, or we can supply this to you. We also have a secondary, smaller, more condensed display. We call it the console. Again, it's just a smaller unit without the computer system that has all the same selling tools with finishes, fabrics, hardware, etc. In regard to finishes, we have 48 finishes available to you. We have paints, stains, hand distressed options. It's a multitude of things. And the reason we have 48 is so there are enough wood tones available, complementary color tones. And again, there are some hand distressed options. So if a consumer wants something with a little more of a texture to it, then we have that available to them. In regards to fabrics, we have a pretty extensive fabric program. So nice factoid to you, in 2022, I believe was the first year this had happened. And again, thinking about us as a solid wood company, was the first year we shipped more soft seating, chairs, stools, benches, etc., than wood seats. So we have two different things we have for the fabric program. We have a small swatch that, again, will be supplied to everybody. These are what we call our standard fabrics. These are complimentary. There are no upcharges for these. They're all performance grade fabrics. And we have a larger ring of fabrics that are an upcharge, and we call them our designer ring. And again, it's kind of what it says. It's just a little more fashion forward option for the consumer. They are higher quality. They have a better hand, but there is an upcharge for those fabrics. And then, of course, we have hardware options. So when you look at our case pieces, bedroom items, servers, anything that has a knob on it, pretty much, by default, it has a wood knob. You have options to go to metal knobs. We have 10 options for you, and you can interchange those anytime. So in regard to the tools that you'll be using day to day to sell the program, probably the biggest thing that you'll use is our catalog, and this will become your best friend. This has a multitude of information. Not only everything is broken down by product category, but it gives you your product dimensions on everything. It gives you obviously item numbers. It's a wealth of knowledge that once you get comfortable using, you'll find more options than you ever thought we had available. Of course, the main thing that we spend a lot of our time on is our 3D configurator on the website. So we'll do just a brief demo to show you how this is done. So if you click on custom, you find whatever category you're looking for. If it has a red paintbrush, that means you can configure it, which the high volume of products are. You simply select your frame finish, and we'll pick autumn. We'll pick our seat. We'll pick a fabric seat, upholstered seat rather. And then we'll pick an upholstery to put on it. Once you have it applied, of course, you can zoom in. You can also do the 3D rotation, and you can also see your dimensions here as well as in the catalog. So again, everything is fairly well documented. The nice thing about this is all this data is captured. If you want to save it as a PDF file or email it, so if going through the ordering process, if you utilize this, everything's captured for you. It's sort of error-proof, if you will. In regard to putting orders together, and that question comes up quite a lot. So we have different ways you can do it. You can go through the website, and you can go that direction to get all your data. We have order forms we can provide to you. Other than that, it's as simple as listing the item number and then listing the finish at the end. The only restriction that we give you is 2 finishes per item. So making your selections, again, going back to the finishes, and I'll reference one of these finish panels. These are what are supplied to you in the stores. All have a finish code on them. It's an item number and there's a name. You can use either one to supply to us. So just put the item number at the end and you're good to go. Another thing that I want to specify and be clear about is when I say the word custom, we're not custom, and I try to be as transparent as I can be. We're not custom in the sense that we're building these products from scratch. As an example, our tabletops, we don't have the option to change the apron height. and we don't have the options to change the table edge profile. The products are static. They are what they are. You're applying color and or fabric. So think of it that way, as it's more of a color story. It's more of a creative story. We're not custom building per specs. We're custom finishing. With that being said, again, going back to the amount of SKUs we have available, there's a size or style that's going to fit anyone's dining room, kitchen, or whatever they need. I will note the one exception to that comment is with our pedestal tables. We do have them structured in a way or engineered in a way that the same pedestals will fit a certain tops. So you can't interchange a certain diameter top with a certain pedestal style. So again, all that is indicated in the catalog and on the website, but that would be the one place you can get a little more creative with styles and sizes is with the pedestal table options. So one of the great things about the program, one of our guiding principles from day one has always been keep the program as simple as possible. Let's not overcomplicate it. Let's not make it intimidating. Let's make it easy to understand and still have fun and be creative and produce something really, really great. So what I mean by that is, again, going back to the products are what the products are. Size, style, your preference, you're applying finish and fabric. Beyond that, no matter how these items are tagged on the retail floor, it's one pricing structure. If the consumer chooses a two-tone finish or a paint or a hand distressed or fabric seat, the price doesn't change. Super, super simple. This is something recently we've done, again, to help the sales associates and get this program kind of speaking to consumers at retail. So again, looking at this chair standing beside me, it's got an upholstered seat, it's got a hand distressed finish. There's no difference in that chair than any other one that we could pull up on the configurator. The only time you'll have a price difference is if you do the step up designer fabrics. Other than that, one pricing structure. So hopefully that will keep everybody comfortable and easy to understand the program. So does anyone have any questions today?
Can you choose a hand distressed finish without the hand distressing?
So no, we aren't able to modify the finishes. And the reason is, and I'll explain this as quickly as I can, when you get into the hand distressed options, there's multiple layers and multiple steps to that finish. So if I start extracting a step here and a step there, it's going to change the color and the outcome of that finish. And it's no longer going to match the sample you're choosing in the store. So as much as you probably will get questions about modifying the finishes, this is why we have 48, because there's one for everybody, but the finishes cannot be modified.
What kind of other design options are available?
So to take the whole custom story to just to one more level, and this is something we've recently secured, is we have a company near us here in North Carolina that does sort of an etching process. So we can customize our tabletops with certain art prints. So we have recently secured the licensing rights with the Margaritaville brand. And at this time, we're the only furniture company that is doing that. So what we're able to do is, of course, I'm sure many of us are all familiar with Jimmy Buffett's music and his casual lifestyle for decades. The Margaritaville brand is huge, and most people feel it's a custom related thing or a coastal related thing. It's really more of a lifestyle than it is a location. We have a library of artwork you can choose from, and then we can actually have that artwork printed on the tabletop. And that goes along with whatever finish you choose. And then we bring that item back to our facility, we seal it, we lacquer it. It has the same protection, the same clear coat on it. So it's a very high quality item, but has a really personalized feel to it. So if you want to go one step further, just beyond choosing your finish and your fabric, you can get sort of creative with artwork as well. And Margaritaville is a great place to do it. If there's no other questions, I appreciate your time today. I hope we've answered some good questions for you. And anything further, reach out to your local sales rep and they'll take care of you. Thanks so much.